What's going on? We back. It's Boxing Clinic for more. It's your boy CJ Goodfella coming back at y'all with a NBA stream, man. I've been trying to get to this for a few days. We got the Cali Enigma in the building. NBA stream. Talk about Kawhi Leonard, DeMar DeRozan trade. We're gonna talk about Melo to Atlanta Hawks for Schroeder and whatever that bum center is, and also Lonzo and Rondo. Battle out for the starting point guard for the Lakers, and whatever else comes up before the Smoke City Mobcast kicks off tonight. While my boxing heads, if you're interested into the Smoke City Mobcast, it's tonight. Subscribe to the Smoke City Mobcast on YouTube, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Well, today it's gonna be super lit. I guarantee you, it's gonna be the littest show of the year. If you like what we do here, you're gonna love what we do over there. To be honest, what up, Callie? We in the building, man. We finally linked up, bro. What's going on?
Oh man, I've been in the CPR class all morning, bro. So
man,
that's why I haven't been able to respond. Huh?
I took that same motherfucking class years ago. I was a first responder, man. That motherfucker long ass class.
It is, bro. I did it too. I was an instructor. I got an instructor certification about maybe like 7-8 years ago. And not 7-8. Excuse me. That was about 5. Excuse me, about 5 years ago. I got a certification, to be an instructor, man. So I haven't done it in a while, but yeah, I forgot how long that damn class is, man. That is just
that bitch a hard work day. Got the AD portion of it too, or not?
Nope. You had to do the AD portion. That you had to do that. Had to do the an epinephrine and what I forgot what you call it, the epinephrine, whatever that is. You know what I'm talking about? That pen, the epinephrine pen, whatever the fuck you pronounce that shit. Had to do that one. Yeah, had to do, of course, mouth and. You know what I mean? Chest compression.
Yeah, the little bags and shit.
Yeah. Heimlich removal. I mean, the Heimlich maneuver.
That shit useful, though.
Shit, so, yeah?
Yeah, that shit mad useful, though, the Heimlich. But we're going to talk about the trade, man. What you think about Kawhi Leonard? And I seen your video. I know what you think about. Well, tell them what you think about Kawhi Leonard going for DeMar DeRozan. I don't know if you heard DeMar DeRozan said that he felt betrayed. Last week at the Summer League in Vegas, they told him that they wasn't going to trade him. He was going to be there. And then they turn around and they trade him. And according to Colin Hurd, which I don't really listen to him a lot, but he had a good segment on Facebook. And fuck Facebook for running these ads now, dog. You know what I'm saying? Watch the video, they run ads now, but shout out, get your money. But he said that Kawhi Leonard and Popovich fell out because Kawhi Leonard won't go back to the Spurs because Popovich called him out publicly. Kawhi Leonard didn't like that. So what you think about this whole situation?
Man, I think it's probably more than that, man. But you never know. I'm going to tell you, everybody handles things differently. Kawhi Leonard is a quiet guy. You know what I mean? He's just not the kind of guy that does a lot of talking or anything like that. So what do I think about it? Like I've said before, if you pay attention to what happened to Isaiah Thomas, when you're injured, if you're a player, you don't come back until you're healthy. That's how it works now. You see, look at Isaiah Thomas. Look at the contract he's getting now. He's getting a vet minimum. You do not come back until you are healthy. You take care of yourself. Because, once again, I said there's no loyalty. The loyalty thing, when it comes to players, it has to be to the team and to the fans. The player, now, the player has to be loyal. The team and the fans don't have to be loyal. But the player has to be loyal. Nah, man, that's not how shit works. That's bullshit because everybody comes to see the player. So this is mentality because fans, They like a certain team that they have their loyalty to that team, and then so that player, it's it's a good idea to get rid of him now while he's beginning his downturn. The fans are usually okay with that, but when a player wants to get up out of there, wants to go somewhere, then they have a problem with that. No, players should be able to go wherever they want. Like I've said before, I've stated my case. This player, if you're not happy where you are, free agency comes up, go wherever you want to go. If that team will have you, you go to whatever location you want to go because at the end of the day, loyalty is bullshit. It does not exist in sports. A team will ship you wherever the fuck they want to ship you unless you have some type of a no-trade clause. Those are hard to come by nowadays. But if you're a player, man, to me, there's no reason, especially if you're one of the top players, I wouldn't sign no max fucking contract. I wouldn't. I'd sign a minimum 2-year deal with an option. So basically, it's a 1-year deal, and if I choose to re-up, it's a player option. I'm going to be in control because I'm going to control my destiny for the rest of my career. And that's the way, if you're the top player, you should be able to control your destiny. And like I said, No loyalty in sports. So players, they have every right not to be loyal to any team, to any fan base. Because like I said, I've watched all these fans shit on Kawhi Leonard, but they didn't say a goddamn thing when Isaiah Thomas is in the situation that he's at now. Like I said before. And also got traded after his sister died and all that other shit after the Celtics pretended to give a fuck. They don't. It's all pretend, like I said before. Players should do what they want because the teams don't care. The fans half care. The fans only care as long as you're on their team. Like I said, people crying about the Warriors and all that. A lot of y'all wouldn't be saying shit if it was your team. No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. Shut the fuck up. You would not. Your team is the dominant team. You would feel definitely different. You would definitely be excited about your team dominating the league. Last thing you're gonna be caring about is whether there's parity. Yeah, I want this team to catch in my team. Hell no, you don't. But at the end of the day, like I said, I'm all for KD. If KD wants to go to New York Knicks next year, I'd rather him stay as a Warriors fan. But as a guy who favors a player movement, I don't care. He can go wherever the fuck he wants to go, man. Because just like I said, if something happened to him, the Warriors would move him in a heartbeat. And the same thing would happen with the Lakers and LeBron James or anybody else if they fell off to the point where they weren't as good as when they initially signed them. Whenever a player starts to fall off, and the team feels like they can get a lot back for him, they're going to get rid of that dude. It happens in baseball all the time. It happens in football all the time.
Football all the time. All the time.
They cut you, bro. So there's no love in sports. So players should do whatever they want to do. And you fans, all you fans who sit there and watch all this shit, fuck you. For real. The fact that you're going to sit there, you demand loyalty only from one side. Only the player has to be loyal. Not you, not the owner. That's bullshit.
Exactly, and they lied to Derozan face. And Kawhi Leonard seemed like an odd guy, man. I can't wait till the full story comes out about him. But his story starting to come out. Shout out to Ticket TV. Story starting to come out that he might sit the whole year, and they plan on penalizing him if he sits the whole year because he don't want to go and play in Toronto. But this is starting to seem like bratish attitude from Kawhi Leonard. He ain't gonna speak on the situation. I heard he was in Vegas from Chris Carter the other weekend, and it got too hectic, and he only stayed one day and he left. I wouldn't take no chance to pay this motherfucker no amount of money. You know what I'm saying?
No, but here's the thing though. If you're the Toronto Raptors, you just sat here and just heard this dude just tell you that he has no intention of playing with you.
But I'm not mad at Toronto because I know I'm gonna tell you why Toronto. This is a good trade for Toronto.
Well, they trying to blow the team. They might blow the team.
They gonna blow it up. See, look. If it work out with Kawhi, they can keep him happy. They can sway him with Drake and some OVO gear, and they can win some games between him and Lowry. And then it look good and Valanciunas step up. Whatever happens, good. But anyway, they gonna blow that. They gonna blow that shit up, man.
Yeah, of course they are. That's why they did it. I know that's why they did it. I understand. I'm telling you why. And I like I told you before, you disagree with me. I continue to disagree with you. I think the San Antonio Spurs are on the verge of falling into purgatory, man. Where you're either somewhere in between 5 and 8 every year.
I agree with that. But I think the way they draft, I think they're gonna be back at the top pretty soon because I think eventually the Warriors, a lot of them dudes gonna go their separate way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. They gonna happen. I don't think they're gonna be up there. I think the teams like the Phoenix Suns are the team to be long term is gonna be dominating the West.
Yeah, they got Devin Booker. Yeah, we passed up on Devin Booker. He from here, and we passed up on that motherfucker, man. But with the Spurs, I think that'd be all right. They can evaluate talent. R.C. Buford, the GM, they evaluate talent very, very well. But the thing about the Kawhi thing, like, bro, next year if you play this year, and next year you go right wherever you want to go at. You know what I'm saying? Stop with that.
I think so, but he probably looking at like, man, I don't want no injury, nothing like that. A lot of these dudes, I'm telling you, you're going to see a lot more shit like this from guys. The way Isaiah Thomas got treated, man, I'm telling you, man, you're going to see a whole new era, bro. Players ain't going to be risking shit no more. The way and if you look at the Isaiah Thomas situation, that's terrible, man. They should have given him something.
They misdiagnosed this shit too, like they said they misdiagnosed Kawhi. But at the end of the day, they talking about Kawhi Leonard. It might be going to the USA mini camp. So that motherfucker ain't that injured if he gonna participate in the USA mini camp.
Yeah, if you do that, then your ass needs to go.
He need the hoop, man. He need the hoop, man. Once you start worrying about injuries,
that's play 1 year and go where you want to go. Just go play 1 year and go where you want to go.
You might end up fucking liking it. There's plenty of times where your mama made you do some shit. Man, I ain't gonna like that shit. You end up liking it. You know what I'm saying? You never know. He need to. I wouldn't want him.
Man. Hey, you know what? Toronto got to do. Drake needs to go introduce him. Yeah, Drake needs to go introduce him to some Sunshine like shit. Remember Sunshine from Harlem Nights? They introduced him to some Sunshine bitch, and he may end up signing a long-term deal, man. Because I'm telling you, we know that pussy could just fuck a motherfucking head up, man. Look at Kevin Garnett.
He's a California boy. He probably missed that California weather and shit. But the same time for him, you just look at the situation, man, and he ain't nobody I would want my foxhole, dog. I wouldn't want to play with his ass. I wouldn't trust that motherfucker after all of this. No, he too different, dog. He not different. He just seemed like I wouldn't want him, dog. I wouldn't take if I'm a team, dog. Unless I'm a Orlando Magic or somebody like that, Miami Heat. I wouldn't take no chance on that motherfucker, dog. He too unpredictable, man. You never know. He might go out there and fucking chip his toenail and say, I'm out for the year. I mean, he's just that type of player, man. Like that's what the vibe I get from him.
I think when he gets to the Lakers, I think he'll be a completely different mentality, man. I think all this is stemming from the fact, yeah, he's frustrated. I think he did sour because Kawhi never said shit, man. I do think that the relationship went sour because Kawhi never complained about playing in San Antonio, none of that shit like that, man. I think them trying to rush him back when he wasn't healthy. And I also think that he paid attention to what happened, you know what I mean, to Isaiah Thomas, man. And the fact that the team was coming out saying shit. Then
and then they said they misdiagnosed Isaiah Thomas' hip and they misdiagnosed a Kawhi Leonard injury too. So that's probably played a major part.
Yeah, they turned out he was far more injured than what they initially said he was, man. So to me, when you look at that shit, like these motherfuckers don't care about me. They're only worried about trying to beat the Warriors. And with Kawhi Leonard wasn't healthy, they weren't beating the Warriors anyway. You know what I'm saying? That's my thing. Like you 70%, and the chance he could fuck his shit up with a point. He's never the same. And that's what he think about. You gonna sit there and cost me a max contract? So he looked at that. He like, you know what?
If this was football, I would probably definitely agree with him on that tip. Yeah. He'd be all right, man.
That's what I looked at, man. When I'm looking at what happened to Isaiah Thomas, like I said, I side with him on that now. Now I think that he go to LA, man. I do think that he'll have a different mentality.
He complaining about going to LA. Say he don't play LeBron. Like they go to the Clippers then. Like go to the Clippers. I don't understand, dog. You don't understand that he probably don't want to speak. He just want to. But at the end of the day, you want a spotlight, dog. You can't do all that low
you go to LA, shit. You get to LA, you want a spotlight, motherfucker. Ain't none of this whole going under the radar like he did in San Antonio, where they really didn't fuck with him and nothing like that. You go to LA. The media gonna ask you questions. Not only that, you gonna get hounded by
TMZ. Especially if you join with LeBron, he gonna have a fucking anxiety attack.
Yeah, and he'll try to do it. But maybe he's gonna open up and talk more or something like that when he go to LA. I don't know, man.
That nigga ain't never opened up and talk, dog. He ain't never said shit for real.
Never.
That nigga
but he's from he's from Riverside. That's an hour away, man, from LA. So you know what I mean? That's just saying, man. That's right out in the valley. I mean, it's a lot closer to home, man. You get the warm weather and everything like that. He get to be close to the family. But funny thing though, the uncle that's doing all the talking, that motherfucker located in New Jersey. I don't know if you knew about
Mr. Eero says he a diva. His uncle gonna make him broke.
Nah, I think he'll be all right, man. I'm not.
What the uncle like? I ain't heard the uncle say shit. What the uncle be talking about?
No, the uncle the one who be doing all the talking when there's any kind of speaking, discussions coming from the family. It's usually coming from the uncle. The uncle is his manager now. The uncle is his manager.
That's not a good look.
Yeah, that's true. His uncle is, man. His uncle is the manager. So I'm just telling you. So that's what this is coming down to. We're gonna see, man. We're gonna see how. I just want to see what happens. Let's see what this dude go to LA. This whole situation does look bad. Because one thing, he shouldn't have said anything like, look, man, I don't really want to go to Toronto. I'll go give it a try. If I like it, we'll see. Never know. You know what I mean? That kind of discussion. That's what he should have just said and let it go. And be like, look, it's only 1 year. You go play for a year. And you really, if your mindset, you go to LA anyway, there's nothing that Toronto could do to convince you. Then you go to LA. It's just that simple. Problem solved.
Yeah, I mean, he got a free range. Just hoop.
But he should shut up right now, though. I agree. Go and be quiet right now, man. It's not a good idea to keep talking right now. You're not really looking good by continuing to run your mouth. You know, people could get over it, the fact that you wanted to get out of there. You know what I mean? Especially, I'm gonna tell you this right now. It don't matter if this dude goes somewhere and start balling out. San Antonio never gonna forgive him. The fans. But I mean, a lot of them don't even know what exactly completely happened. Some of that shit leaking out, but that may not even be everything. Some of this stuff may be. Sometimes the motherfucking league, you know, say things and they leave out shit. It could be more. But
he eventually gonna say some shit. He eventually gonna say shit. I feel bad for DeMar DeRozan, dog, because they did the same thing to him that they did to Blake Griffin. You know, you remember with Blake Griffin, he signed that long extension, and then that month they traded him to the Pistons and shit. And then DeMar DeRozan could have went to the Los Angeles Lakers last season, but he wanted to stay in Toronto. Then they ship his ass off. Then lied to him before they ship him off. So I think he's gonna fool. San Antonio got over. You said what?
Yeah, San Antonio is really good to get over. I mean, it's gonna end up probably being Kawhi. Like I said, Kawhi, don't be stupid. Go play this year, man. You know, change your stock and things of that nature. He should.
You can hurt yourself by not playing even more than playing.
Yeah, man. Like
2 years off.
Facts.
2 years off. That ain't good. You know, that ain't good for you. Ain't too many guys can do that. But
a couple years out of your prime. A couple years out of your prime that you missed. A couple years in your prime that you missed. Prime years.
Then you got the same shit in the NFL they doing to Aaron Donald. That shit criminal, dog. That franchise tag in the NFL is criminal. That shit is criminal, dog. If they don't get that shit the fuck up out of football,
that's why they talking about getting rid of that in the next collective bargaining agreement. I think
that's criminal.
Yeah.
Who the fuck idea was that?
Yeah, it does, because you could get for a franchise twice. It's like, man, that could end up taking away a couple years of your fucking in NFL. Your prime could really be cut short due to injury, something like that. You should be able to go somewhere and get as much as you can. But man, all this shit's fucked up, man. All these dudes need to be paid.
All these
NFL need to raise its salary cap, man, and start paying motherfucking bum players, man.
Fuck a salary cap. Let's see who got the deepest motherfucking pockets, like baseball. That's what makes baseball so interesting.
Hey, man, I wish they do that shit in the NBA, bro. I wish they did in the fucking NBA. I fucking hate the cap.
Put the cap in the motherfucking. Take the cap off around the board. Let these motherfuckers owners really show their fans who want the best team for real. Man. Take that shit off.
My team paying a lot in the luxury tax, man. I feel confident saying that my team will be one of the top two highest salary teams in NBA right now. With Silicon Valley back, Silicon Valley, 100% behind the Warriors. Probably will be number one, man. With the salary cap right now, Warriors being assigned fucking anybody. And I feel 100% saying that shit. I would love for it to go. And I've said that shit, man. I don't care. I didn't care. People like, you want to have a salary cap? Fuck, I don't fuck that, man. I was saying this shit because the A's were pretending to be a small market team. The A's playing the fucking Bay Area. They ain't no small market, man. That A's have lied for years. They just didn't want to pay nobody, man. The Oakland A's could have been paying people. They had the fourth richest ownership group in all of baseball, man, since 2004. And the A's tried to pretend like, well, we don't have any money. Fuck out of here. The Kansas City Royals are doing that same shit. When the Walnut family, Walmart, the owners of Walmart used to own that shit, own that fucking franchise. And they ended up selling the team. They didn't want to pay. These guys, they just want to make money off these teams, man. And if you're an owner only looking to make money off the team, get the fuck out the sport, man. I'm tired of that shit, man. All these if you're going to be an owner, you should be in the shit to win. Period. Otherwise, or you can do what the Green Bay Packers do. Let the fans own the team. Let the fans own the fucking team, man. And go from there. And then everybody owns shares. And let people go from there. But they don't want to do none of that shit, man. You know, I understand, like a city like Cleveland, like we ain't going to be able to compete with some of the larger markets. When?
Get rid of them. I mean, to be honest, get rid of the smaller teams.
Contraction. I'm down for it.
See, in the MLB, you can expand. You know, NFL, you can expand because anything can happen. One guy could be in his prime one season, the next season he could be done. Look at J.J. Watt. That motherfucker was looking godly one season.
Right.
And then the next season he just fell off with a back injury. You know, that's why the NFL, they just got built-in parity. You know what I'm saying? Because how physical and the physicality of the game. You know what I'm saying? They got period. NBA ain't no parity, man. They didn't. Everybody want to play in a nice city and shit like that. But guess what? 42 of your other games is on the fucking road anyway.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I can agree with you 100%, bro.
Don't matter what motherfucking shirt what fucking jersey you got on, man. You know what I'm saying? That shit don't matter.
The NFL, it really don't matter where you play in the NFL, but just based off the way the sport is, man, who gives a shit? You know what I mean? You wearing a helmet.
I know some players, families live in Akasaka Faka, and they play in fucking New England. You know what I'm saying?
Hey man, I heard that Kawhi Leonard has like a $250 million shoe deal waiting for him if he signed with the Lakers. So I understand. I heard that shit. I forgot about that shit. I heard about that shit like 2 days ago. I said that makes sense.
I mean, whatever shoe deal he got, all these fucking new shoes suck. Before we get to the Melo shit, I ain't seen a really good pair of new shoes since the Paul Georges, the ones that came out like the PlayStations.
Right.
Other than that, man, all the other shoes that motherfuckers wearing is them Jordans, them old pennies, and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
I like the old Kobe's. I mean, I know this is old, but the old when the Kobe signed with Nike, some of his shoes are dope. But that's been a while.
When he had the crazy 8s, you know, them old shoes. I'm talking about now. I don't really see nobody really rocking, you know, for fashion. Nobody rocks the LeBrons for fashion. The Kyrie's look nice.
What can you really do? What can you really do with these new with the new sneakers? I mean, it's already been done. I mean, I don't know what you can really do. It seems like they've already done pretty much everything you do from a designer standpoint.
Yep. Manny Machado got traded to the Dodgers.
I knew that was coming, though.
Yeah,
I knew that was coming.
And that home run derby was lit as fuck, man. That shit was nice.
I missed it, man.
That shit was cool, man. Go back and watch that shit, man. That shit was entertaining. I'm actually excited
about my baseball team. For once, the owner's actually talking about he's actually working on a deal to extend Chris Davis, pay Chris Davis, who's hit something like 85 home runs over the last 2 seasons. So it's about goddamn time that the Oakland A's finally start opening up the wallet. The A's owner's rich. The A's owner's rich. He's the
Don't Klay Thompson brother still playing y'all farm system?
Yeah, he does. Klay Thompson's brother plays in the A's AAA team. Yeah, Klay Thompson's brother.
Oh yeah, Kyrie shoes. Yeah, I like Kyrie shoes. Kyrie got some the old Kyries. Them motherfuckers in Michigan, yellow and blue. I want to buy them motherfuckers, man. They only on eBay, man. You can buy them on eBay. But Ronnie Boy Fresh said the Spurs got better and the Raptors waving the white flag. Yeah, man. After I mean, I don't understand why they didn't give it. I don't understand why the Raptors didn't give it one more go and wait until see. And everybody knew LeBron was gonna leave. And just
I do like the Jake Porto kid though that they got because I remember
Jakoporto. You talking about Jakoporto? He good to the motherfucker on FanDuel. You know, fuck Valanciunas, man. Fuck Valanciunas. Fuck Rota. Anybody out there play fantasy football or basketball daily? Let me know. I might do a fantasy or standard league. You know, if anybody interested in that, man. As well, man. But it's gonna be big money. I ain't playing for no small shit, bro.
Yeah. I remember because, like I said, I remember him from Utah. Here's the thing, because I'm out here in the Bay Area. And I used to really, really follow recruiting, especially when it comes to college basketball and football. But if you know about Pirtle was actually originally he was actually committed to Cal. He was headed to Cal. Mike Montgomery resigned, and then they ended up hiring
a few motherfuckers left there.
Martin. Yeah, they ended up hiring Conzo Martin, and then he decided to go to Utah instead. But then, of course, we know that Jaylen Brown.
A few motherfuckers left when he left. Didn't he end up going like to Mississippi or some shit in Missouri?
Who you talking about, Conzo Martin?
The other motherfucker coach that quit. Didn't he end up going to Missouri or something? Or am I tripping?
Yeah, no, he went to the other coach went to Montana, I believe. It was up to Montana. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, it's crazy, man. What happened, man? But the next year, though, they ended up, getting Jaylen Brown. They almost got Caleb Swan.
Yep. I remember that. Jaylen Brown. It was somebody else that played with Jaylen Brown too. Who was the other guy?
Yeah, what you gonna call it from? Why I can't think of his name. What the hell is wrong with me? I'm having a brain cramp today. I'm fucking sleepy. But what you gonna call it from Oakland, man? Why I can't think of his goddamn name, man? Oh my god, can't I believe them? I can't remember.
It was two of them. It was him, and it was another guy. I don't know what the other guy doing in the league though, but I know it was two of them that went in the top 15, I believe.
Yeah, man. So like I said, man, the Cal they had a good recruiting class. They couldn't get no guards though, man, and Conzo Martin could recruit, but he couldn't coach worth the goddamn, man. So that was one of the things, man. I'm just telling you right now.
P Money. I do daily fantasy FanDuel. I play that. I got a group of motherfuckers I play. I used to work with. When I used to work for General Motors.
No, off to my head, Ivan Rabb. So Ivan Rabb, Jaylen Brown, and then and they almost got Caleb Swanigan because Caleb Swanigan was also.
He played for Portland, right?
Huh?
Caleb Swanigan got drafted by Portland, right?
Yes, he did. Yeah, Caleb Swanigan, his handlers. Caleb Swanigan really wanted to go to Cal badly. His handler wouldn't sign the contract to let him go, though. His handler like, no, you going to Purdue. So that's
Purdue must have played that bad. Purdue got a straight little basketball program. Them motherfuckers ain't been shit in football since Drew Brees left.
Well, they was really dope when they had Gene Cady was the head coach, man. Back then.
Big Ten basketball the best, man. I don't give a fuck what they say. Fuck that ACC shit, man. But we're talking about what you think about the Hawks trying to trade Schroeder and that other fucking center down never play. But,
no, it makes sense. The Hawks are trying to completely retool, man. They understand what they're trying to do. They're going to try to tank another year, which is smart. And why would you want to hold on to somebody like that? You could trade him and hopefully you could get a draft pick or something back for him on top of getting a player, maybe you can get an expiring contract. That makes sense, man. Because that's probably what they're looking for. They're looking to clear cap space, man. And you know, you want to clear cap space. The Hawks, if they can draft well, develop their talent, and then in probably like about 4 or 5 years, be in position to sign free agents. And Atlanta is an attractive city if they can actually develop talent, because the team they had a few years ago, I mean, they won, but I mean that's because they were coached very well, but they really didn't have any star talent. And now you got to find a way. You need to draft star talent. They can get some star players there, and then be able to bring over a free agent. They can be in the same position that the Warriors were in about another 3 or 4 years. So I think it's the right strategy, in my opinion, man. I'm not even mad. I'm not mad at them at all. I think they're doing the right thing. That you have to tank, man. You can't be mediocre. Keep trying to tell people the worst thing you can do is be in purgatory. Is being that 5 to 10 range. So if you're the 5th seed all the way down to the 9th and 10th, where you're just outside of the playoffs, that's the worst place to be, because you end up drafting at the bottom of the lottery, man. You don't want to be there, man. You're gonna be bad, be all the way bad.
Unless you can draft like the Spurs, you know.
Well, I know the Spurs have a history, but I still want to see if they can actually find somebody at 13, 14 like that again. I think some of that Kawhi Leonard thing was kind of lucky.
I mean, but shit, you got a lot of guys that be right there that people be missing on. I mean, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Right. I mean, Devin Booker was another guy. Rudy Gobert was in the late 20s. It's guys there if you know how to scout. You know what I'm saying? There's been guys that been in that CJ McCollum, he was in that range this year. Michael Porter Jr., Miles Bridges, all these dudes that's in that range. That's why I'll be killing me with the NBA, man.
NBA these guys. Just like people were still mad at Chicago Bulls for trading Jordan Bell to the Warriors.
Right, man. And it's like you look at the NBA. And they suck at talent evaluating, man. Like legitimately, they legit suck at evaluating talent. And they like Michael Porter Jr. I don't understand a dude that was the #1 high school player coming out of high school can do everything. You know what I'm saying? He young. I mean,
no, but some people they get afraid of the injury. And I'm gonna tell you right now.
I mean, but honestly, what the fuck? I mean, what the fuck does the Clippers got to lose? You need a star in LA. You need a star type of player in LA. What do you have to lose?
The Suns are smart, man. What they're gonna do is they're gonna let him rest for a year and hope that they said after a year, because like you said, the back injuries can't heal. It's smart. They're not gonna let him play at all this year. Hell smart. Just absolutely, extremely odd.
What's the
market say about that? Huh?
He gonna put about 10 to 15 pounds of lean muscle on this year.
Right.
And
they're gonna strengthen his back. They're gonna strengthen it. They're gonna work all
his whole body gonna be a new body. He gonna have an NBA type or a close to an NBA body. Watch what I tell you. He gonna have a chest, delts, traps, and all that shit, man. They let the Nuggets steal another motherfucker. The Nuggets already stole Jokic, is the best kept secret in the league.
You're right. He did go to Phoenix. Yeah, you're right. He went to the Nuggets. The Nuggets are another team that's on the rise.
And they got
really on the line.
only thing wrong with the Nuggets. Only thing wrong. What's going on, Marlo's corner? Only thing wrong with the Nuggets, man, is the fact that they don't have a pure point guard. Now the Nuggets would have did well to get Rondo. Rondo would have been perfect.
But here's the thing, though. The Nuggets, you really don't need a pure point guard in today's NBA. You know what I mean? If you run the right system where you share the basketball. If the ball hops, you don't need a point guard. You know what I mean?
Really the center, but really the center, Jokic is the point guard. But Rondo would have been perfect because you got Will Barton that can shoot, you got Gary Harris that can shoot, Michael Porter Jr. that can shoot, Isaiah Thomas that can shoot, Jokic can shoot. The whole team can shoot. So Rondo really wouldn't have been, you know what I'm saying? He wouldn't have hampered the squad. Rondo would have just been able to drive and facilitate. And he could have taught Jamal Murray how to play the point guard position. That would have been the perfect spot for Rajon Rondo. The absolute perfect spot.
No, but the New Orleans Hornets are stupid for letting them go. But I guess they're but I guess they're looking at their situation. They want to get younger, and they wanted the point guard that can play defense. And Rondo's going to play defense first at this point of his career.
No, and with Rondo, that motherfucker's playing every 3 games, every 4 games or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? He'd have been perfect for the fucking Nuggets because he could have tutored to help bring up Jamal Murray. And then on the days he couldn't play, then you could see if Jamal Murray was ready to play. I mean, that would have been perfect, man.
I forgot about Jamal Murray. Yeah, I remember he played at he went to Kentucky. He was he's actually from Canada.
Yeah, he's from Canada
originally, but he went to Kentucky. Remember, he was at Kentucky one year.
Yeah, he was at Kentucky. Yep. Yeah, I didn't really watch Kentucky that year. I like to watch a lot of the Kentucky play, but that year I didn't really watch him. But he could score. That motherfucker could shoot that hoe, man.
Yeah, he pretty goddamn athletic, quick, man. That kid with his shot and he could penetrate, get to the basket. Yeah, man. He has some star qualities in him too, in my opinion. Like I said, the Nuggets, long term, man. Like I said, that team in about another 2-3 years. Look out for that team, man. They need to develop on the defensive end, though. They got to commit to that end of the floor. They're not there yet, but you can teach them that. And they got the right coach. Mike Malone teaches defense. He just got to get them. It's hard right now at this early age to get kids to commit to defense. You know what I mean? He got to discipline them to understand if you want to score, it's going to be easier on you on the offensive end if you commit on this end. And if you commit to playing defense, you'll get points in transition, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. They got to get them to play. They got the capable defenders to do that shit, man. And Denver Nuggets going to just be about development. He can't develop that team. He'll never get another chance in the NBA again, Michael Malone. But that would have been a perfect situation for Rondo. But this Rondo and Lonzo Ball situation, man, I don't like that mix. I don't like some of the mixes that the Lakers got. I mean, with LeVar Ball mixing with LeBron, soft ass mixing with Kyle Kuzma, not really Kyle Kuzma, but LeVar, LeBron, and Rondo. That's like mixing bleach and ammonia. That's instant death.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm already excited about this NBA season, though, man. But the future of the NBA is good. People keep complaining about the NBA. I'm trying to tell y'all, man. NBA has never been in a better position than it is right now. Y'all tripping, man. NBA is on the rise. Y'all keep talking about lack of parity. The team that's on top never stays on top. There's going to be changes. I'm telling you, man, some of these young teams that you see that are accumulating talent right now, those are the teams that are going to be dominating in the future, man. There's some epic matchups in the future, and I'm trying to tell y'all, it's just that the younger teams are the ones that are going to do it. So y'all, you got people, all these fans keep crying, and like you said, nothing stays forever. Everyone like, oh my God, it's the end of the world. They're all there that they get these guys, get this and get that. It's like, man, shut the fuck up, man. You guys are acting like bitches with this shit. I'm just trying to tell you, man, nothing lasts forever. You know what I'm saying? And like I'm telling you, the Warriors run will be over, just like everybody else's run ends. The Warriors, this may be the Warriors last year, actually, to be honest with you. I'm telling you, I've heard rumors of KD going to New York, man. That's for real. I've actually heard
Jimmy Butler going over there. About Kyrie going over there.
And then Klay Thompson to the Lakers next year, man.
And honestly, I think Steph Curry might retire early, man. To be honest, with his knees, and I'm not saying I know any inside information, but You know, he might be. You know, he might just do a short career. I know he want to break. He already got every record he probably fucking won from the 3-point line.
I think Curry will play to about 35. I don't think he'll play until late 30s. But
he ain't gonna make it to 35. He ain't gonna make it to 35. He ain't gonna make it.
I don't think LeBron gonna play until he like 37, 38. I mean, I don't see that. I think
those injuries, them injuries sneak up on you, man. You 1 year, Shaq was looking like for a season, Shaq was looking like a beast. They got to the finals, and Dwayne Wade carried that. People forget that finals. What was the 2009 finals? The Heat in the Mavericks. Dwayne Wade single-handedly won that fucking finals, man. And people forget about LeBron. LeBron has never had a winning finals performance like Dwayne Wade had in that finals. People sleep.
I'm gonna tell you right now, man. It's a matter of time, though, man. Too. It's gonna eventually. It's gonna be 1 year. I don't know. Maybe it happens in the next few years. I'm not wishing this on him, but it's gonna happen. It just happens to everybody.
You can see he already losing. You can see he already losing the first step.
Yeah, his first step is really gone. I'm gonna tell you right now, the injuries are gonna happen, man. The injuries are gonna happen. He's gonna have 1 year where he's gonna be injured the whole time, and it's like every time he gets back, he's gonna get injured again. And it has nothing to do with the fact that how much he works out. And that's just the way it is, man. That's just life. It's everybody built with you. He's the luckiest player I've seen in my life, man. A dude who never gets hurt. I've never seen anything like this, man. Where this dude go, everybody else has gotten hurt, but this guy. Just saying, man. That's weird, man. That's really abnormal. Just saying.
It's always exceptions.
Not only has he maintained a lot of his athleticism, but he doesn't get injured. And it's like you're on the wrong side of 30 now. You played all these minutes and you never get injured. Sam, man, that shit's respect. I'm not trying to say it out there, but
there's always exceptions to the rule, though. But yeah,
you know it is. No, but I'm just saying, there's been rumors about him before, man. LeBron and dealing with like the stuff that came out of Miami, and not Balco, but it was another company out of Florida that mentioned Dwight Howard and the name LBJ was initialed there, which made me like, who the hell is that? So people, there's been whispers of that in the past. Matter of fact, do you remember what's his name again? He used to have a show on HBO. Bill Mayer. He used to be with the Boston Celtics, huh? He used to be with the Celtics.
Bill Walton?
Not Bill Walton, not Bill, not play with him, but he used to be on ESPN too, man. What's it?
Bill Simmons, fuck boy.
Yeah.
Can't stand that. I was glad when they got rid of that motherfucker, dog. He was the worst. He was Nick Wright before Nick Wright, man. He was the worst on TV. Him and Will Kane, man, them motherfuckers was the worst.
No, Will Kane's a racist, bro. Will Kane's a fucking racist.
Man, that's crazy, dog.
No, Will Kane is a legitimate racist. For real.
That's what ESPN like.
Huh?
That's what ESPN like.
I know.
And Fox. You see how they ganging up on Terrell Owens?
Yeah.
With the coon mentality and shit like that, man. That coon ass mentality, dog. That shit whack. Motherfuckers already know why he don't want to go to that bitch. Or all them niggas sit there and froze him out on purpose.
Yeah, give Michael Irvin on cooning ass. You know, sometimes.
Oh my god, bro, man. That Michael Irvin, man. He shouldn't say shit, man.
All the shit you done, my nigga. All those prostitutes, cocaine, motherfucker. You ain't never seen. You talking about this? You ain't never heard about any of that shit with Terrell Owens.
Terrell Owens ain't never did. Terrell Owens. I'm gonna tell you why they didn't like Terrell Owens and why shit went south with Terrell Owens. Terrell Owens a real motherfucker, dog. Terrell Owens ain't hold no tongues. You know what I'm saying? People will bash Terrell Owens for being in a real motherfucking locker room, but they accept, and y'all would say Randy Moss to go, and Randy Moss was quitting. He said I didn't play hard. He quit. That's why he got fucking traded. People forget and remember all the glory stories about Randy Moss. Oh, you remember Randy Moss caught a 90-yard ball? Randy Moss was the absolute truth. But at the end of the day, he broke the #1 cardinal rule in the sport of football. He quit. He gave up. How the fuck did he end up in Oakland? How did he end up in New England? He quit. And you seen in the Super Bowl. And hold on. You seen in the Super Bowl. Once you look here. I watch football, bro. I've been watching football for over 20 fucking years. Okay. I seen them all play. And when I tell you this is the God honest truth, dog. Once you jam Randy Moss will thrive today. But the 5-yard in the 5-yard jam area, if you couldn't touch him out of 5 yards, Randy Moss might be the greatest of all time. But before that rule got enforced, once you put hands on Randy Moss and jam him, because he wasn't going over the middle, he wasn't breaking on the inside, he wasn't running no deep digs. You barely can get him to run the skinny post in between the field.
He ran go routes, man. He just ran
go routes and deep skinny posts. Yup. And he'll make what's the little not the curl route, the other one, the comeback route. I couldn't think about
the comeback. Yeah, the deep comebacks, the deep comeback route. He run that. But
Moss is not. Look here. Ronnie Boy first. Moss is not the go, bro. Moss is not the go. Get the fuck up out of here, dog. A motherfucker who cannot run a complete route tree. It showed in the Super Bowl with Brady. Once they couldn't throw deep, where was Moss at?
Nowhere.
He couldn't run a drag route, a smoke route, a crossing route, a deep crossing route, a shallow crossing. Look here, man. I know football. We're talking about breaking down a route tree, dog. He didn't run the route tree, dog.
Moss never knew how to run routes. Oh, what Moss did, Moss beat you with speed, athleticism, and deception. That's what he beat you with. He had other than that, he never been a good route runner.
What they mean by deception, that mean when you play 10 or 15 yards off, you play soft, he'll hit you with a curl route, or if you played in the kind of middle, and he kind of before the back shoulder fade, he'll do the comeback, the comeback route. When I tell you this, dog, I rank Larry Fitzgerald above Moss. Niggas gonna laugh. Larry Fitzgerald is the absolute truth. He's definitely in my top 5.
Fitzgerald's the type of receiver you need, man, because when you absolutely need a first down, he's there. You can get it to him. You can throw him. You can also squeeze it into tight windows with him.
And then
fit the ball in tight windows.
And then when Larry Fitzgerald got old, he was able to go inside and play the slot because he could run the route tree. When you go inside, you have to learn how to run the route tree. Because if you look at most slot receivers in the NFL, they don't go deep. You didn't really see Wes Welker going deep. He caught a deep ball in Miami one day, but that wasn't his forte. He worked on the inside. Because when you play on the outside, it's different from playing on the inside. Because on the outside, everybody knows it's either going to be a deep route or a route breaking to the inside. That's
Wes Welker beat people with. He ran great routes, but he was incredibly quick. Not fast. He's not fast. There's a difference between quickness and being fast.
Quick. And you couldn't jam him at the line because when you can shade, you can play him. You can play a receiver. You like, all right, he got a weak. He got a Chad Pennington type of arm. You know what I'm saying?
He played behind the line of scrimmage, so you couldn't jam him, which allowed him to get a free release.
Yeah, with them bunch routes. But the thing about it is, even when you got guys on the outside, you can play them to the yard. You say, all right, you know what? I can play them to the inside. You know why? Because I know their quarterback ain't got enough arm to make the throws outside the numbers. That's how you get a lot of motherfuckers, man. You play most receivers to the inside. You know, if they're gonna do a comeback or an out route. Let them do that. That's one of the hardest routes to throw.
You do that, and then you use the sideline as your friend.
And your guard, it's the ultimate timing route, an accurate route. Yeah. That's the hardest route to throw. It's the routes outside the numbers. See, when you in the slot, you can bump guys, but it's hard to bump them the way they line them up in bunch routes and how they move them in motion. When you see them dudes moving in motion, that's so the DB can't get a jam on a release. So if a receiver get that free release. He can hit. Wes Welker love to hit you with the whip route. Is where you go inside.
The bunch routes are good too because what you could do is you may have 2 receivers crossing, so 2 receivers on the outside. Of course, you got the slot receiver on the inside, and what he's doing, he's trying to get that. What he does. So what you got the 2 guys crossing, and what it does, maybe he'll take a step back. Sometimes what they'll do is they'll set up a screen from that. But what the whole goal really is to get the slot receiver free. Now he may actually do a what am I talking about? A wheel route out of that bunch. Then
if you got a back like Le'Veon Bell, you got to worry about him as well. That's why you see a lot of dudes play. They play New England in zone though, man. You see a lot of people play New England in zone. And try to pass that route from zone to zone. It's tough. It's tough to defend that New England offense. People say it's a system. It's a dink and duck system. But the thing about it is Brady always got.
They said even though they say it's not. They pick a lot of.
A legal pick route. Illegal pick is called a rub route. That's what they say. It's a rub route. It's a natural pick,
man. It's a fucking pick. And they said they just allowed a way they just found a way to make it legal.
Hey man, once you sit down and actually watch the film, that motherfuckers is tough to stop. You got to worry about, man. That's why when you play teams like New England, you play teams like with the old Peyton Manning, you got to have the front seven, man. The front seven is critical, man, because the back end work in conjunction with the front end.
That too, man. When the Steelers and I hate it with Ben Roethlisberger, because they were another team that was doing a lot of that shit too and fucking picking people off. So, man, it's tough, man. We got this doing all these rubber outs and shit like that, and guys is getting free. And you see, what you'll see is Wes Welker would get open on wheel routes a lot, and then sometimes they change it up, and they throw in Gronkowski. Gronkowski would come out that wheel route. So who you gonna sit down on, man? You don't know which guy's running that wheel route. They change up who's running the wheel route on that.
Then you got to worry about the delay route, acting like the running back is blocking, he delay out, or Gronkowski act like he's blocking. It's just so much. I mean, it's a lot of responsibility.
There's so much going on, bro. It's a lot going on. They're making you read a lot. They got a lot of action going on with the Patriots, with their system. But it's smart, though, man. There's always, I swear I feel like someone's always open. But there's been times where I've seen teams where they've really sat down on their ass. Man,
Jacksonville Jaguars, man. The Jaguars sat down on their ass.
The teams that really do a good job are teams who can press them and who has an interior, who has a complete pass rush, a 4-man pass rush. That's how you beat them.
Rush.
You ain't beating them.
Because you can't scheme a blitz they ain't seen before. You know what I'm saying? You got to get pressure with 4, man. You got to have a disciplined team, especially when you're going through zones and you playing man and people forgetting they fucking assignments and shit like that. That shit is fucking frustrating. So, but at the end of the day, it's tough. It's tough, man. A lot of things they do is tough, man. You know, especially when you got a quarterback that's accurate. So you got to get there.
You know, that's run a lot of 11 or 13 personnel, man. So you know they can continue to run out there. So it's.
And then you got to remember about the run game. On top of that, with the delays, the draws, the cutbacks, the misdirections, the toss plays, the delay tosses.
And it causes your linebacker to step back. They can't be too aggressive because he play action. He'll actually, and if he see you, if he even thinks your ass is getting ready to come, he can read you so well. If he think you coming, man, automatically they adjust. Matter of fact, a lot of times they don't have to do an audible. They already know that's just a switch because the offensive line and the receivers, they all read too. So you don't know what they run a lot of times. They may to be intending to have a run play. But based on how the defense is set up, the team knows. So what they do a lot of times is they'll come in and they'll have 2 plays. They'll call 2 plays and they'll like, look, man, depending on how they line up, you either running this play or that play. You know what I'm saying? We may be running like a 32 blast, or you know what I'm saying, or we may be running something else.
That's what's crazy. And that's what's crazy about this shit, man. As you can defend that shit so well. He can audible right to a run play. That's what made Peyton Manning in that Bronco offense so devastating. You know what I'm saying? But when they got to the Seattle Seahawks, the Seahawks already knew, how to match up with them. They knew that their receivers couldn't handle the press. They knew they could press their receivers,
and they knew they could get there with 4. They knew they can get there with 4, man. That shit matters. You can get there with 4. And like I keep saying, man, with Aaron Donald, when you look at that team, man, right now, the Rams, if they get them some cornerbacks to go along with
they got old boy.
They set up, man.
Well, the thing I don't like about the Rams, man, is that I don't know who the fuck their linebackers is. I know they bought LaMarcus Joyner back on a franchise tag. He more of a safety. They got Talib and Marcus Peters. They got some corners.
Yeah,
I forgot about Marcus Peters over in that bitch. Oakland's finest.
Yeah, dude. They're set up right now, man. So like I tell you now,
they really don't have the edge rushers no more. We're giving up Robert Quinn. But when you got Ndamukong Suh and Aaron Donald, I mean, you want to at least have one good, edge rusher. You know what I'm saying? He ain't got to be electric. And they gave up Alex Ogletree from Georgia as well too. He was a good middle linebacker. So they got some holes. And you know what?
That's what matters. That's the problem, though. You cannot. The Patriots, to beat the Patriots, you got to have it all. I know it's fucked up, man, but it's true. You got to be able to get to. You saw with the Eagles. The Eagles late in the game, their pass rush came alive. When you're able to rush the passer, man, that changes everything.
And another thing about the Los Angeles. Another thing about the Los Angeles. Another thing about the Los Angeles. Oh yeah, interior is the fastest way to the quarterback, straight to the quarterback. But another thing about the Rams too, teams are gonna start picking up on that offense, man. They gotta make adjustments so Sean McVay is going to throw some wrinkles into that offense. They're gonna see what the Atlanta Falcons did last year, and they're gonna throw some wrinkles. But Dre Harden said the Rams paid Cook to play down for them before they paid Donald. Y'all did a video. That shit was pathetic, man. If I'm Aaron Donald,
we talking about that because the 49ers run the Atlanta Falcons offense. So hey, you think maybe the league they'll add more wrinkles into it to try to separate themselves from the Falcons, man.
Yeah, they're gonna have to do something, man. Because NFL would adjust quick. They will break down film with you all season. Shout out to Bay Boy 75 Sports. Y'all go ahead and subscribe to Bay Boy 75 Sports. Him and his man's got a good little barbershop feel to their channel, man. Most definitely love what they doing over there, man. Bay Boy 75 Sports TV in the chat. Yeah, Cooks is nice, man. Cooks is gonna be a problem in that offense, man. You know, Gurley gonna be a problem. It's about them. It's about the Rams scheming up something new. You know, some counters to some shit, man. Right. It's about them scheming up something. It's about that. Like when you play divisional teams, you know, I know we didn't got into NFL talk. It is what it is. We're gonna rock out for a minute. Don't forget the Smoke City Mobcast tonight for all my boxing hits. It's gonna be lit. 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Subscribe to it on YouTube, Smoke City Mobcast. All right. But the thing about divisional opponents. I mean, the Lions. I'm a Lions fan. We play the Packers good every year. Right. We know what they're gonna do. They know what we gonna do. So I mean, it's all about adjustments. You know, adjustments. You know, like I said, a lot of people, you know, want people to ban, you know, ignore the NFL, and I feel you. You know what I'm saying? But I just want you guys to know this. You think them other motherfucking white owners and them other teams don't feel the same fucking way in the other leagues? You know, be honest. You know, all the motherfuckers.
All the owners feel that way, man.
Exactly. And it's not. And at the end of the day, and when you look at it, man, it's about big business, man. You know, they paid, the armed forces paid them. See, look, man, if the players went out there and fucked around and walked off the field and they felt, you know what, I'm done with the sport. You know what I'm saying? I'll keep it real. I just watch college. You know what I'm saying? I find a way to help these guys find funding somewhere else. But at the end of the day, man, you know, and black people say, you know what, man, you know, we're gonna boycott H&M. Them niggas still at H&M shopping at that boy right now.
Still are, yep. Black people still go to
at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? You know, I understand. Like I said, I would never tell nobody, to protest or not to protest. But when you out here still supporting all these other diseases out here, that's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna call them diseases out here. You know, you still out here giving your money to these other people that don't care about you. You know what I'm saying? You like Dr. Yada said, you must, all right, you healing yourself, but if you still eating diseases or eating stuff that's gonna cause your body diseases, you're doing yourself a disservice. So if you're gonna boycott the NFL, cleanse yourself of every disease that's going on, and that's hard to do.
Pretty much, to be honest with you, you have to get rid of pretty much every sport for that matter. To be honest with you, because boxing, you look at these promoters. You think that Eddie Hearn and Bob, man, I don't give a fuck about black people.
And I'm gonna tell you this, man. If the demise of Anthony Joshua, if he falls, I'm not wishing no ill will on him. But if he falls and hit on hard times, watch how Eddie Hearn treats that man.
He gonna discard that motherfucker, man, so quickly.
He won't even get a job with Matchroom Management, man. You know, and let me tell you something. Let me tell y'all guys something about Shelly Finkel, bro. Mark Breland, you know, all amateur gold medalist. I believe he was a gold medalist. Okay, Mark Breland. This dude he was a good fighter. You know what I'm saying? He didn't make as much money as he should have, or probably dreamed that he could make what they're making now. All right, but guess what? Shelly Finkel set him up with $100,000 annuity, so he made sure financially Mark Breland was good forever. So every year Mark Breland get a check for $100,000, and not only that, Shelly Finkel middleman the deal for Mark Breland to become Deontay Wilder's trainer. That's what you talk. That's what you look at somebody when you say somebody that you want to manage you as a fighter, as an agent, as being an agent in the NBA, NFL. You want somebody that's gonna have your back. If they all just crunching monies and taking 5 or 10 or 20% out of your purse, you know what I'm saying? You don't want that. You want somebody that, man, look, you know, Shelly Finkel, look, you know how you live. Look how he doing with Mark Breland, man. He doing good with Mark Breland, man. You know what? I want to be like that when I get, hey, Shelly. I mean, you know, you want a partnership for life, not just some business shit. And that's what happens. A lot of NFL players, they go broke. Where does the agent go? The agent don't do nothing for them. Don't give them a job as a rep. Don't get them a secretary job or nothing. You know, they drop these dudes like bad habits, man. And that's why you gotta look out for yourself. You know.
Yep. Yeah, that's been my point about what I'm talking about with the players in the NBA and shit like that, and this players in sports. Period. To me, a player would be a goddamn fool to sit there and worry about what a fucking fan thinks. Because you know what? Like I said, these fans be on message boards in a quick hurry. Yeah, you know, it's time to trade him, man. You know, because I said it. I ain't gonna lie. So that's what I do. I support player movement. I've said it myself. Like, you know what, man? As a Sharks fan, as I watch my team choke year after year, I was like, all right, man, it's time to blow this whole fucking thing up, man. I'm tired of coming up short. Blow this thing up, start over. That's my mindset all the time. I'm like, blow it up. Hey, man, dump everybody and start over. So, hey, as a fan, that's what we do. We discussed that about dumping players that are still good because we want to see. We're willing to.
I'm gonna tell you this too, dog. I can tell when to get rid of a motherfucker, dog. Right. Especially in football, you know it. You know, a lot of fans want to be attached and say, pay this guy, this and that. In certain sports, and especially in football, you can tell. Like Calvin Johnson, I was telling people, I'm like, the Lions should trade him 3 years before that. You know what I'm saying? Right. You talking the house, what's going on, Mark Wonderlit? You should trade him. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because I can see him dropping balls. He getting beat up and, oh no, you can't trade Megatron. If you're not winning with Megatron, Sue, and Stafford taking up 60%, 70% of your cap, how are you going to fucking win regardless?
I remember, as soon as Megatron got hurt, man, and then the ball started getting spread. He started to spread the ball all around the field. The ball wasn't getting. That's what Golden Tate got there. Yeah, you just know sometimes when you just know when a player had enough, man. You just know, like, oh, it's time to move him. The Patriots are geniuses at that shit. Yeah, the Patriots do. The Patriots sell high, man. Those motherfuckers sell high. They're like, all right, let's go on and get rid of this dude, man. They know they are notorious for that shit. Richard Seymour. Yeah, Richard Seymour only had about a couple of good years left, and like, hey, fuck it, man. We're gonna miss out on those couple of good years, but who gives a shit, man? Reeves. They got rid of Patrick Chung. He wasn't shit outside their system. He came back. He came back for cheaper, and he's straight in that system now. They got rid of don't forget Vince Wilfork. Vrabel. I mean, Brewski eventually moved on, or they got injured or whatever. Reeves to leave. You know what I'm saying? Malcolm Butler. They know the dump. They don't hold on. They don't fall in love with players to the point where, like, man, they still made a mistake trading Jimmy Garoppolo. That was the worst decision I've ever seen them make. Chandler Jones, though, they got rid of him. They got rid of Jamie Collins. They got, man, they sell quick, man. It's a system. It's a foolproof system. What up, Carl Burrell in the house? Now make sure y'all subscribe to Carl Burrell. It's an emotionless system, bro. They don't put emotion into this shit. Like, look, man, it's a plug and play. It's a plug and play. They'll take your player that you drafted, he ain't shit, and they put them in position. They're flexible in how they approach the game. When you flexible, all right, we got 3-4, we're gonna run a 3-4 personnel. Or we got 4-3 personnel, we're gonna run a 4-3 personnel. Right. They got a foolproof system. It's a plug and play system, dog. You know, it's a plug and play so they can plug them and they can play them and they can just fall into the system. You know what I'm saying? That's smart, man. They know they can look at a certain player and be like, look, man, this dude fits into what we're doing here on certain scheme. Matter of fact, we can change our scheme because they're not afraid to switch between a 3-4 and a 4-3. And to be honest with you, there isn't a huge difference between a 3-4 and 4-3. A lot of people you can run both at the same. You can run both of them. You can run both of them. What's going on, Ryan? You can run at the same time. You're right. You can run them at the same time, man. In the same game, you can run them at the same time. It ain't nothing but taking a line. The major difference is your two middle linebackers are more of a regular linebackers that can cover and play. But your outside linebackers, most of the time, you want them to get upfield and be rushers. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you can also modify that into to a 5-2 easily too. Motherfuckers don't. There's so many ways you can modify defenses that people think that you won't know what people are running unless you really seriously look. Yeah, and then unless you experience it, then they got the new Joker position that's coming into play. Yep. That's a safety linebacker. You got safeties that's not good enough or got enough good feet to play safety, but they going to linebacker. Mark Barron. There isn't really a lot of 4-3 being run that much or 3-4 anyway. Most teams are running dime and nickel most of the game anyway. Now. Exactly, because most teams dime nickel. Yeah, most teams got three nickel backs in. Now the teams that it's some teams out there. If you play nickel, they'll stay in a 4-3 because they believe in their coverage. They believe they linebackers. Certain linebackers out here, like I told you, you got a linebacker that can cover as good in coverage, and you run a lot of zone. You don't have to switch, but especially if you get deep enough on the drop. But it all depends on the you get. You know what I'm saying? You got to get deep enough.
They got like Minnesota. Minnesota, you know, they got Eric Kendricks. He's a great middle linebacker, underrated. He roam the middle of the field and get to the deep half. And then Anthony Barr.
Back with him. I thought they cut him.
Oh, they cut him?
They did. They cut him. He got cut. I remember seeing that shit on Twitter, man. I remember seeing that shit. That shit was trending on Twitter one day. I went to go look for something else. I'm like, oh shit, okay. Let me see. Let me just check him out. Eric Kendricks. I remember him because he went to UCLA because his brother went to Cal, and Cal never offered him. And there was a lot of people that thought that he should have.
He's still with them. He's still with them.
He must have re-signed then. They did cut him though.
I don't know if they cut him, but he's still with them. I don't think his rookie deal wasn't up yet. Nope, his rookie deal wasn't up. You probably talking about somebody else.
I could have sworn he got cut, man. No, Michael Kendricks. I'm sorry, Michael Kendricks. Michael Kendricks.
I'm pretty sure Eric Kendricks one of the best middle linebackers. He get to the deep into the deep middle of the field, man. You know what I'm saying? But Anthony Barr is one of them fast twitchy motherfuckers on the outside that can cover a little bit. He just plays some zone and jam and shit like that.
Browns. He only 27. He signed with the Cleveland Browns, so
cool.
Cleveland Browns gonna have a nice defense, man. Just looking at some of the pieces they got.
Man, they the fucking Cleveland Browns, man. I remember we got some fucking tickets when they was going not when they went on 16, when they went like 1-15 a year before. They had fucking tickets behind the goalpost for like $5 fucking.
They won one game in 2 years, bro. Just letting you know.
Yeah, that year. The year they won the one game. We went to go see them play the Chargers. The motherfuckers, the tickets was like $5, man. The hot dogs was like, my ticket was more than my hot dog. It was less than a hot dog, man.
Did you go?
Yeah, we drove down to Cleveland to see that shit, man. I mean, the tickets was dirt fucking cheap, man. Like $5, man.
You just went just to go to a game.
Yeah, man. That's $5, man. You can't pass that shit up, man. $5 for a game, man. Even when the Lions were on 16, with no fucking $5 seats. when them motherfuckers went on 16, I wasn't even living in Detroit no more, man. I had moved and shit, went away from college and shit, man. That shit was pathetic, though. That's all you hear. Oh, you from Detroit? The Lions on 16. That shit was pitiful, man. We can't even have on 16, man. Cleveland had to one up our ass.
Hey, man, I remember when the Raiders were 1-15, they got ended up with Jamarcus Russell. But then I remember when the Raiders were when they finished 2-14, and the Kansas City Chiefs were one of the wins. I remember that's where oh my God, again, I can't think of the running back again. He broke that. He ended up getting a concussion. What the fuck is his name again, man? Latavius Murray. Latavius Murray, man. He broke that long-ass touchdown run on my football. Like, the Raiders about to win this fucking game. The Raiders tried to lose it, though. That shit was hilarious. I'm like, but I remember, man. I was like, man, that's a badass football team. I was excited, though, for the simple fact that they had young talent, and they stopped that whole trying to sign a whole bunch of old dudes.
And the funny thing about it is, you know, people saying they boycott the NFL. I know the Super Bowl has some type of low raise. I really wasn't feeling the Super Bowl at all, man. I didn't like the fact that it was a fucking backup quarterback, even though he turned out to be flames. But them motherfuckers got a check for each NFL team. Got a check for $255 fucking million. Before a snap has been played, they got a 5%. I guess it's for reaching a certain quarter or something,
right?
Or whatever. I forgot what Shannon Sharp said, but each team got a check for $255 million. This before a snap been played, before a parking ticket being sold, before a hot dog being sold, before a ticket really being sold. That shit crazy.
Hey, man, it's marketing, bro. NFL, I'm gonna tell you why. Everybody thinks that the NFL is going just because of what's happened to Cap today. No, it's more than that, man. I'm gonna tell you one of the biggest reasons why the NFL ratings are going down. For one, they got too many goddamn commercials. I'm telling you for real, man. The commercials, man, it's killer. Every time you get into the game, they go to a whole bunch of fucking commercials. If you don't think that has an impact, it really does. So, and then at times the game is taking too long, man. Motherfucker, everything is long. The replays, man. The replays are ridiculous. And for shit that you can see, you know, it was like, man, what's obvious? What happened here? Get the fuck out of the booth. That's one of the biggest reasons why the game. And on top of that, they pussified the game.
Exactly. I was about to say that, man. You can't touch a receiver past 5 yards. You can't hit nobody. Targeting rule. I mean, golly, like it's a savage sport, man. That's what it is.
Don't forget about the Brady rule. You can't hit the quarterback below the knees no more.
You can't hit him in the head. You got to hit him in the target area. Just put a fucking flag on him. Just put a fucking flag on him, man. Put a fucking flag on him, and you grab the flag, in the software. And then they got all these rules that's fucking that's fucking subjective. You know, oh, you can do that to fucking Tom Brady, but you can't touch Cam Newton. You can hit Cam Newton below the target area. That shit crazy. I see Cam Newton, even though I don't care for him that much. I see Cam Newton get his ass whooped.
But I'm gonna tell you this, man. The NFL, the big hits are why people fucking start watching the motherfucker. You know what I mean? Let's keep it 100. The big hits are why people started watching. People watch because of the monster hits. The NFL used to market that shit. Now they're trying to act like that's not. You were always about that shit. That's why you had NFL's greatest hits. Growing up as a kid, they had video VHSs. We used to put it in the VCR, VHS test. That's what VCR does. It plays VHS test for the kids that ain't young enough. I don't listen to this. They used to have the NFL's greatest hits, man. Every year it came out. NFL.
When motherfuckers start getting when they start getting CTE, the motherfuckers start crying and shit. At the end of the day,
the NFL knew about CTE going back to the 50s, man. They actually came out. They showed the NFL had documents that they covered up. They've known about concussions and all that shit since the 1950s.
Man, the fucking defensive lineman used to slap the fucking offensive lineman in the head and shit, man. Yep. All they had to do was get the fucking players to sign a waiver, man. That's it.
Yep.
You know,
players would do that shit, man. They would.
Yeah, you gonna make millions or not? You gonna feed your family or not? Or use that little rinky dink ass that 3 or 4 year degree? You know, you gonna use that bitch. You gonna use that? No, they gonna sign that shit. Or no, but also set up a fund for that. You know, you be like, you know what? We gonna match like a 401k or some shit. No, we gonna match.
They should have set up a pension, man. The NFL should have had set up a pension a long time ago, so they could take care of these players who have, you know what I mean, have been hurt, man. You know, injured or shit like that. You can take care of those players. The bills will be covered, and everybody pays into a pension, man. So you retire, your health bill. You don't have to worry about health care. To me, I mean, and they get some little bit of payments, get a little bit of money to help out too. You know, especially for a lot of older players who didn't make as much.
Take 5% of your pension. You know, 5% of your bonus money, 5% of your regular game checks or something small, and then they just match it, and then you know what I'm saying. And when you leave, you know, or something like that, then you know the risk, man. You know, anything can happen in any given sport. NASCAR, anything can happen. But I'm gonna get off, man. I'm getting ready to check in and see what's going on with the Smoke City Mobcast. Don't forget on my box of hits, the Smoke City Mobcast, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Subscribe to the Smoke City Mobcast on YouTube. Shout out to Marlo's Corner. Y'all make sure I subscribe to Marlo's Corner and get your box of education on, man. Go ahead and follow my brother, the Cali Enigma. We're trying to get him over 1,000 subs. He's getting close, man. I think he need about 70. So, you know, every sub helps to get him over 1,000. So start profiting off of this shit, man. And even though the YouTube cut all the motherfucking funding out, man, I'm gonna let you know this about the YouTube funding. For every 1,000 views you used to get $100. That shit is probably cut in half now. Probably below that.
I heard it's $5 now.
It's views. It's I'm not sure what it is. But I mean, I know for every 100 used to be 1,000. You get every 1,000 views you get. It was used to be $100. So
you definitely make a living off the motherfucker no more. They just made sure of that now. You ain't making no living off YouTube no longer.
And when they did that, you know, they spawned a competition. Now you got Facebook coming out with Facebook Creator. You know what I'm saying? Now you got
greed, bro. To me, it's greed. Motherfuckers got greedy. You two ain't really creating no content. Y'all motherfuckers living off all these people making content. Y'all make money off all people's content for free, and then not paying nobody shit. And I said, people gonna start moving off of that shit, motherfucker, man. And that's
Amazon got one coming out. You know, it should be no need. It should be no need for the brothers to have to get a Patreon page, and to support the content. You know what I'm saying? And
we need to start our own, bro. We start our own type of shit, where we ain't got to worry about paying the rest of them motherfuckers, man, because they ain't thinking about us. So we need to do our own thing. I'm talking about black folks.
Exactly.
Like, everything to get these black home, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what my mindset is at.
LDBC, we got the people with the right mindset and the capabilities, man. And that's something that we need to speak on or something like that. But like I say, man, don't be surprised when you see a lot of other brothers take their talents to Facebook Creator and the new Amazon situation, man. because like I said, I mean they greedy, man. They greedy. There's too many rules on Facebook or whatever it might be.
All
So
these strikes, the strike system, fucking people over, taking people off, stopping people from live streaming, all this type of shit. No, it's all right, man. You want to drive your customers away? Go ahead. That's what they do.
Another thing, and also about it, man. The best thing an up and coming page can do, like us, build our fan base up and just take it to podcasts, man.
Yep.
And that's another thing you can do. Take it to podcasts, and you know, I got a lot of stuff that's coming, man. I'm working on, man.
I want to get a website, bro.
Yeah, website as well too, man. Because that's you get paid, or how you get paid off a website is, you know, advertisers pay you to advertise on their website. So, I mean, it is what it is. YouTube it was a great platform at once, but it went corporate. But hey, you know, it is what it is, man. You know, we just got to keep marching forward. And anybody that's doing this YouTube shit, don't be content with just being on YouTube. Trust me, don't get content with YouTube, man. You know, there's other ways to get your shit up out there, and don't just content sitting on YouTube, man. You can do a website, take your profits, do a website, take your profits. You know, Facebook Creator is open for Apple users only. It's coming to be Android. Check out Amazon as well too. When they come out with that shit, Amazon gonna do it right, man. Trust me, Amazon is going to do it really, really well. It's gonna take a minute for them to get on the start. But like I said, man, don't be content, man. If you know the reason, if you holding back from donating, trust me, man. It takes time, money, and content to do this, and you know YouTube is cutting the funding. So just the same way you go out there and you support the NBA, NFL, or you support your local.
Watch when they get competition, how they gonna up the money? They gonna up that. They gonna start paying people then. So like, come back. Like, nah, man, fuck you. That's where it's gonna be. Y'all gonna already ran everybody off. You know what I mean? You over here doing this.
Exactly. We're gonna get ready for the Smoke City Mobcast. But if you're interested, Blue Collar Sports page, S10 College Sports Most Wanted. The link's in the description. If you haven't already supported us over there, it's me, the Cali Day, McCloskey Sports TV. We got that joint venture over there. So make sure y'all check that out. I just dropped a video today about the Alabama Crimson Tide and what's going on. But y'all know what it is.